Hey everyone, this is Mukesh Utwani once again from learn-automation.com. Today in this video we'll talk about how you can integrate Jenkins with Slack. Okay, so when I say integration, it means whenever you are done with your jobs, okay, or whenever you are done with a particular pipeline, if you want to send any notification to your Slack channel, you can do that. Okay, so let me show you how you can do that. So those who are completely new to Slack, so let me talk about a little bit about Slack. So Slack is just like a messaging app for business, where you can connect with the team members. You can create channels, private channels, public channels. You can talk, you can share files. Okay, so a lot more in Slack. So in case you are already using Slack, then you must be familiar how it works, right? But in case if you're not familiar, that's okay. Just like a messaging app, okay, where you can share files and code as well. You can talk. A lot of features available for Slack. So it also have paid features and some free features as well. So please explore from your end in case if you're completely new to Slack. Now when it comes to Slack integration with Jenkins, so now what exactly we are going to do, we are going to send a post notification, or I will say post build action. So in our previous videos we have seen, right, like in case once we're done with our build or once we're done with our project, we want to send certain emails. In the same way, we will just create one more post build action and we will send Slack notifications. So let me show you how it works and what kind of plugins you need to install. Click on manage Jenkins, okay, and now we are going to install one plugin. So plugin part is same like we have done in the previous videos. You just need to install one plugin and you just need to restart if required. So in case if you already have Slack notification plugin, you will find under install section. Since we are starting from the scratch, I will click on available. Now I will look something called Slack notification. Just type Slack and you can see we have Slack notification. So this is going to integrate with Jenkins and it will allow publishing build status, messages and file to Slack channel. So before installing, let's open their official site, and they have also mentioned how you can do that. So in case if you're using pipeline, this is how you need to do. In case if you want to send attachment, this is how you have to do, right? So I will show you all this. So first of all, let me quickly install. Click on this and click on install without restart, or you can say download now and install after restart. I will select the first option. It will take few seconds and your notification plugin will be installed. As you can see, now notification plugin is success. In case if it is failing, just try one more time, because I have seen in the past sometimes this notification plugin fails while installing. So no problem, just try once again, and if you're still getting any issue, then you might have to degrade this plugin by -1 and then you can do that. Fine. Now once we are done, let's follow this document. As you can see, first of all you should have a Slack account, which obviously in case if you have your Slack channel, you must be having an account. And now you can see this site called my.slack.com. The moment you click on this, it will automatically detect your workspace and it will come to this page. So as you can see, this is the configuration page where you just need to click on add Jenkins CI integration. So as you can see, it automatically took my account, okay, which is learn-automation. In case if it is not detecting, then you just have to log in. In case where you're working with an organization, it will take the SSO and you will be having your own workspace. So right now it logged into my workspace, which is learn-automation, and this is the same workspace which I have here. Okay, in case if you have multiple, you can switch directly, but as of now, since I'm demoing this for video, I just have one workspace. Second is definitely you need a channel, right? Because you might have multiple channels. So first of all, you need to decide in which channel you want to send all this notification. If you have any existing channel, you can do that. But for this video, I will create a fresh channel from the scratch and then I will show you. So let me create one channel from here. So click on create new channel and I will give this channel name as Slack integration or Slack notification. You can give any name or you can use existing channel as well. Okay, I will just give the same description. Do you want to make it private? No, I will not make it private. Click on create and here we go. Now it will ask you, do you want to add any members? Right now I don't have, so I will just click on cancel, skip for now. So this is my channel. Okay, it is Slack notification. So here also you can create, but I just created from the Slack, otherwise you can directly create from here as well. Let me see if it is detecting. Yes, so you can see it is detecting this Slack notification channel that we created just now. And now click on add Jenkins CA integration. Perfect. So it says now you need to follow this instruction. So anyways, I will show you now. So once this is done, so anyways, first two part is done. Third is we need to configure our Jenkins now. Now let's move to the third step. That's very easy. We got the team subdomain and we also got integration token credential ID. Okay. So what it says, you need to create a secret text and this is the value that we need to pass, and we have to select from the drop down. Once we are done, we will simply check our connection. If this connection is working fine, we can start sending as a post build action. So let me show you how you can do that. I will go back to Jenkins again, click on manage Jenkins, and if you just come down, you can see we have something called configure system. So click on configure system. Okay, now come down further. Okay, this is the previous things we have already discussed. Come down further again. Okay, so finally now we found this Slack. Now you get this asking which workspace you want to use. Okay, so this is my workspace, okay, which is learn-automation-talk.slack.com. so this is taking this particular workspace. In case if you want to give any other workspace, you can do that. Second is the credential, because definitely it has to go through proper credential, right? So this is exactly what we got, right? We need to create a secret text using this as a value. So let's do one thing. Let's click on add, click on Jenkins. Now as you can see, we have username with password, we have GitHub app and secret file certificate. So now click on secret text. Okay, and let's give the secret text that we have copied, and if you want you can give the description. I will say Slack credentials. This will be making our task easy, so I will recommend if you give some description. Click on add, and you can see I will select this from the drop down. This is the description that I have given, right? So I have selected that this is my workspace, this is my credential. Now it is asking which channel you want to use. Okay, so what is the channel that we have created today? We created this channel called Slack notification. Okay, now before we start using it, you can just click on test connection. If this connection is working fine, then you can just use this in your jobs. Click on test connection, and you can see we got success. And if I just come here, it says Slack Jenkins plugin, you are set on. So this is my IP address and this is my port. Okay, so it means now integration is done. It is just I need to configure this in my jobs, right? So that's all you need to do as of now. Click on save, but before I move to save, let me click on advanced, and you can see we have multiple options. Okay, we have icon emojis, username, you can send as a text, you can override the URL, the different features. So as of now we are just going to use the basic features as an individual job and as a pipeline. So let me click on save. Now you can take any existing job, right? Because our Slack integration that we have done is not dependent on any job. Now we can add this into a job or any pipeline, right? So let me do one thing. Let me create a fresh job. So I will give this as Slack integration. Okay, doesn't matter which kind of project you are creating. I will click on freestyle project and I will click on OK. So it will create a Jenkins job. So I will just set up anything as a build command, because our main focus is on post build. So in the build section, I will just print the Java version, so that at least we'll have something, or I will just use echo, but in your case it could be anything. So in my case, I will just quickly set up a Windows batch command and I will say okay, just give me Java version. Now comes the main part, add post build action. So I will click on this, and as you can see, now we have an option called Slack notification. The moment I click on Slack notification, now it is asking me when do you want to send notification. Okay, so notify when the build start, when the build got success, aborted, not build stable, sorry, unstable regression. So I will say give me when the build starts, success, okay, unstable. As of now I'm just selecting 3, and we'll talk about this advanced again. Let me click on save and let me run this job first. So just run this. Okay, so it was very fast. So what it did actually, it says it started by this guy and it's success. Okay, so as you can see, the moment our job got executed, so if you open this particular job, it says Slack notification will send on success notification because build matches and user preferences allow it. So it is sending twice. One is started by, second is success, right? Now let me do one thing. Let me fail this and let's see how it sends the notification. So again I will come back here and let me give some random command which does not even exist. So definitely it will fail. And if we see here, it says whenever build is unstable, it should notify after every failure. So click on apply and save. So build once again. Let's identify this. Okay, so can you see the second build? This is the build number, right? 2. So Slack integration is our job name. This is the build number started by this guy and it got failed after 2 seconds. Okay, you can see this is a symbol of failure. Fine. Now one thing which I want to show you. So the moment I open this, click on this, so you can see it's keep on loading. The reason is my Jenkins is previously I configured with this IP address. Okay, so it is not even working now. So I will do one thing. I will change now so that I can show you this redirection part. So again I will go back to manage Jenkins. Let me check my IP address, or maybe I will change it to localhost. So click on configure system. See guys, in your case you don't have to do this because my IP is changing every time, so I have to configure it. So instead of configuring IP, I will keep it localhost so that I should not do this again and again. In your case you don't have to do this. In case if you are getting this kind of issues, okay, then this is what exactly you will do. Since you will not be restarting Jenkins every time, so for you it will not come. Okay, so now whenever I will run my job, it should give me URL with this particular localhost :8080. Okay, so let me search that job again. Slack notification, yeah, Slack integration. This time again I will run this and let me see. Okay, it says started by, again failed, obviously because we have not changed anything, but this time the moment I click on open, it will open that particular job which is failing. Make sense? So this is what you can do. So let me make this build again little stable. So again I will go to build section and I will change to Java. Now let me click on advanced. Okay, not this one. I want to show you the advanced part of this Slack notification. The moment you click on advanced, so as you can see now we have something called include custom message. What it means, so if you go back to the notifications that we are getting, so if you see a pattern that first of all it says the job name, then the build number, started by the user, and finally the build URL, right? But what if I want to customize it? So you can do that. Click on include custom message. Okay, the moment you say custom message, again you will be getting all this option. So you want to send custom message when the build is success, you want to send a custom message when the build is failure, and so on. So let me just make one custom message, one for success, one for failure, but you can also make the custom messages for others as well. So I will say hi, I will say please find build status below. Okay, here I will say job name. Now I want this dynamic because it should give me the build which is running or which got executed, right? So I will just give $, and I will say something called build underscore name. Okay, and again if you want, let's say the build number, you can say build number let me call this as build name, build number. So let me give dollar, and the variable that you have to use is build underscore number, all in caps, please remember. And finally the most important part, the build URL, so that they can click on that URL and they should be able to see. And I will say URL. For URL, just put dollar again, and I will say build underscore URL. That's all. In a similar way, I can just copy paste the same thing for failure, and I will say failed, build failed. Please find the build status below. You can customize anything, guys. Okay, it is just I'm making few changes. The reason I want to show you that you can pass these variables and it will automatically will get updated with the latest values. Here I will say thanks Mukesh Otwani. Okay, so let me just copy and come here, save. I will just type here passed. So now let me click on save. So this time what we did, we said that we want to send a custom message, right? So let's build again. Okay, it says started. Okay, so here we go. It says started by this guy, and now you can see finally. Okay, so it says passed, that's fine. It has given me proper build number, URL. The only thing which is missing is the build name. Okay, so let's do this. Instead of build name, I guess the environment variable name is job name. So let me change it to job, and it should update. Okay, so let me go back and update the post build action. Post build action, click on advanced, and instead of build, let's call it job underscore name. Same thing I will do for failure as well. Fine, and let me fail this job, because anyways we have seen the success. For failure I will make it double A and click on save, and just click on build now. Okay, just click on build now. Let's see, it says started again, and yes, this time it took the proper name. So it says build failed, please find the status below. Build name is Slack integration, number is 5, this is the URL, and so on. The moment somebody will click on that link, they will be able to see the build status. Let me also show you another way. If the first one is not working for you, you can try this option as well. So suppose you have your channel. Okay, we have created this channel, right? Just to show you the another way, I created one more channel. Now if you want to get all the details for the integration, click on the channel that you have created or the existing channel, click on the integration part, and you can see one option called apps. Okay, so you just need to click on add an app, and it will open up this window where you can basically select any app that you want to integrate. So in our case, I want to integrate Jenkins CI. So click on view, and again this window will open. Just click on configure. The moment you click on configuration, it will open your workspace, and you can see it is redirecting to the same UI. Now the remaining process is exactly same. You can simply select the channels, get all the details, and make your configuration. Okay, so let's say if again I want for the new channel, I will simply click on new channel, and I will click on add Jenkins CI integration, and I will get all these details. Okay, so basically we are looking for this subdomain and this value. Fine. So you can try any of the way. So let me go back and continue with the video. So I hope that is clear now. Okay, so you just need to add as a post build action into your job, and you should be able to do that. Now we will see how we can do the same thing with Jenkins pipeline. Okay, same thing but with the small changes. But before we move to the pipeline, let me quickly give you a recap what we did so far. So we started installing this plugin called Slack notification, and once this plugin is installed successfully, then we went to our workspace and we got this icon where you need to create a CI integration configuration. So what we did, we just selected that which workspace you want to use, and we also have given, okay, so let me show you. So let's say we just selected which channel you want to use, and then it has given us all these details, right? So we got this token that we added as a secret text. We also tested the connection and it was working fine. In the second step, we added this custom message and predefined messages in our Jenkins job. Now let's talk about the pipeline. So let me close everything because now we don't need all of this. But in case if you're completely new to Jenkins pipeline, how it works, why it is required, how you can create from the scratch, then I have a dedicated video on Jenkins pipeline. So please go ahead and watch in case if you're new to pipeline. Now for the pipeline, you can use any existing pipeline that you have, or you can create a new pipeline and then you can add the same. Just to make this video a little easier, I will create everything from the scratch. I will create a new pipeline, then I will add the Slack notification with a pipeline. So for that, I will quickly click on new item and I will create a new pipeline. I will give the pipeline name as Slack pipeline. So I will just say Slack pipeline. Okay, I will be just selecting this pipeline, click on OK, click on pipeline, and let me click simple hello world pipeline. Okay, doesn't matter because our main task is just to trigger Slack notification, right? So it doesn't matter how many stages you have, how many agents you have. What we need to configure the post, right? So before we do this, let me click on pipeline syntax. Okay, so now finally we have pipeline syntax. As you can see, we have multiple steps here, right? So this is the sample step they have given. You just need to select one step called Slack send. Okay, you can see it will simply send Slack messages. Click on this. Now definitely it needs two parameters, right? One is Slack channel, in which channel you want to pass. The second, the what message you want to pass, right? So if you see, this is our channel, right, that we created. Please use your channel in your case. In the message section, what message you want to pass. So let's say if I don't pass any message and if I click on generate pipeline script, you can see it is giving me one small sample step that I have to use. So let's do this first. So after this stages, maybe I will copy this into this. So this is our stages, right? This is one step for this stage. What exactly I am trying to do now, once everything is done, after this all these stages, I want to have one post. Okay, we already discussed this in detail, guys. So in case if I are new to this, please watch my previous video. I will give you that link in the description. And here I will say always. I always want to send this notification, and in the always you just need to paste that step that we have copied. Okay, so I will just do this, copy. I will come back here in this section and just paste here, click on save, and let's run this pipeline. Click on build now and let's come here. Okay, it's still running, so let's wait, and it should generate one Slack notification. Okay, so you can see it's running, and yes, okay, something went wrong, I guess, because it says send pipeline step running values. This is empty. Okay, Slack notification failed with exception no messages, attachment or block provided. It means you need to provide some messages here, right? So now let's do one thing. I will pass some message here. So what message I want to pass? Let's say I want to pass please find status of pipeline. Okay, you can customize this and click on this. As you can see, we got this. Let me go ahead update this part. Click on configure and let's pass the message. So message is mandatory, that is what it is throwing the exceptions. I will go to pipeline, I will come here and I will update this. Let's run once again and let's see the output. Okay, so yes, it's running. Let me open this. Okay, so it says please find the status of the pipeline, but we don't know what exactly the status is, because I can't figure it out whether it's pass or fail. I can't find the status, what is running, what is the status, and so on. So now we will be using the same thing, okay, what we did for custom messages. We are going to add few details to this message. So I will just sorry, not this one. I need to go to that particular Jenkins pipeline where we need to make this messages. So click on configure again and come to pipeline. So after this, I just want to append few more details. Okay, so let me write down here so that you will have clear understanding. So what you can do now, you can use the same thing again. We will be using dollar. Now I need first of all the pipeline name, right? So again I will be using curly braces. Now you just need to use something called environment env dot, and I will use job underscore name. Fine. Then what if I need the number? Same thing, I will just say curly bracket close environment dot. Now I will say build underscore number. Then I need one more detail, URL, right? So I will say first of all environment dot build underscore URL. Okay, so finally this is the step, this is the channel. Okay, Slack notification is the channel exactly where we want to send, and this is the message. In double quotes we are first of all typing this, then we want this value at runtime, so which is job underscore name, which will give the pipeline name, then the build number and the build URL. So now copy this, go back to your pipeline and just remove this and add this. Fine. Let me just save this, and finally let's run this once again, and let's come here, and finally here we go. So initially it was just typing this, right? It was just sending this notification, please find the status. Now since we have modified, now it is taking this at runtime, right? This is the URL, this is the name, and this is the build number. In a similar way you can use any environment variable and you will get all these details. Now before we end this video, I just want to highlight one part. If you still see, we are not getting any status, right? Whether it's pass or fail. So if I come back to this snippet generator and let me open something called global variable reference. So the one that we have used right now is environment, right? So I said give me the environment dot env, if you just notice here, env, right? Then I was able to capture this job name, build number, URL. So this is what we have seen, right? But if you see, we don't have anything for the status, right? But if I want the status, now I have to use something called current build and current result. You cannot find here, okay, in the environment variable you will not find the status. If you want the status, you can just say current build dot current results. So it will give you either success, unstable or failure, and it will never be null. So let's use this current build dot current result. So I will go back again here and let me type here, because I find this is little easy. Status of the pipeline, I will say first of all status. Now again for status I will be using dollar symbol, and now I will say, okay, let's use this so that I should not make any typo mistake, current build dot, then I will say current result. That's all. So first of all this will give me the status of pass, fail, unstable, then this name, number and URL. Again I will copy and I will go to configure. Okay, let's go back again here and let me remove this and let me add this. Click on save and let's run this, and this time you will see pass, fail, whatever the status will be. Just come back here. As you can see, this time we are getting the current build current status. It could be fail, it could be pass, it could be unstable, depends on the status. So that's very easy to use. I hope it is clear now. So the first section we have seen that if I don't pass the message, what exception we are getting. If you're passing the message, then it is just giving me the normal message. But if I want the environment details, how we can fetch. If I want the current build details, how can I fetch. So please explore from your side. Okay, so there are a lot of things that you can get from the current build, you can get the result that we have seen. We can get the display name, project name, ID, start time, end time, how much time it took, and lot of details are available here. So please explore from your side, and in case if you find any issue, let me know in the comment section. And again, a small request guys, in case this video helped you in any manner, please support this channel by subscribing, share with your colleagues, and I will see you in the next video. Have a nice day. Bye bye.